email marketing in my email since in my business since the beginning of time. Since I launched my business in 2016, I understood the importance of growing an email list and emailing these people and building a sense of community. And it's literally what I've done and what I do. And if you're in my email list, you know that this is 100% true. To really focus on nurturing my audience and delivering my content and delivering as much value as I possibly can, while at the same time inviting people to buy from me, book calls with me, become clients of mine, or whatever it is that I'm doing. So I want to share with you a little bit of the strategy that I follow for this, what type of emails that I send out. I send out every day of the week, Monday through Friday, and why I'm doing it and how I'm doing so much of it. So the first thing that I want to say is that when I began my business, I was sending only weekly emails. So Thursdays or Mondays or whatever day of the week it was. I had like a welcome email sequence that was I don't remember however many emails long. And then it moved from there into this, weekly email essentially. And over time that started evolving. I would send out emails Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I was like, okay, once a week. Then I moved on to twice a week. And it was very simple and easy for me to do twice a week. It felt easy. It felt like something that wasn't too complicated for me to follow along. But what I came to realize eventually was that the more emails that I sent out, the more people would come back to book calls with me, my team, and would be interested in finding out more about us and what we did. And therefore, the more clients we ended up having. So I moved from one email a week to 2 emails a week to then doing 5 emails. I think I did for a brief period. I did 3 emails and then eventually 5. But it is what it is. Today I'm doing 5 emails a week, Monday through Friday. What that means, obviously, is that I am getting more people booking calls from my emails directly, and therefore my business makes more money. I mean, pretty simple, right? So what I want to share with you guys is a little bit of the strategy of what I do behind every email, because I do this in a very specific way. It's not random. It's not just random emails that I came up with on the day. In fact, I usually write my emails out on Fridays. I prepare them. I'll tell you a little bit more about how I write them, but I prepare the emails on Friday. I schedule them out on Friday for the following week, and I always have them ready to go. And every single week, there's something that's going on. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of my strategy and what I'm doing each day of the week. On Monday, I like to share emails that have to do with live content, like sharing these videos that I'm recording or these podcast episodes and, what's new, what happened in the previous week or what's happening ahead. If there's a specific video that I want people to go watch or some sort of live online event that I want them to attend. So Monday's emails have always to do with my live content. I also usually send people to my Vault replay page. So I have a page that has every single video, a lot of them, because obviously I'm recording a lot and I'm creating a lot of content, and therefore there's a lot of content, as you guys can imagine. But I'm sending people to these videos, and I have a Vault page that has the top videos that I've recorded over time. And that's one of the things that I send out. And then still I'll tell you more about the call to action in a moment. So that's Monday. Monday has to do with the live content, whatever is going on, what's happening live, what's happening this week, what happened the previous week with my podcast or with my videos, or if I'm interviewed somewhere and I want people to listen or watch my interview or anything like that, that happens on Mondays. On Tuesdays, I send out emails that have to do a little bit more with audience insights in terms of who my ideal audience is, how they view the world, how they view themselves. And I am very purposeful about thinking around about who that person is, right? So I call these my people emails or my people posts, where I'm talking about who my people are. And I talk about how my ideal client is somebody who's an action taker and who's resourceful and who makes things work and who are committed. And this is how they view the world. And I'm literally just calling these people in. It's like if you're in my email list and if you read those Tuesday emails, you're like, oh yeah, this is me. This is you're 100% describing who I am. So that's what happens on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I send out a straight up sales call email. Now, actually, we don't really do sales calls. And so I'm saying sales call for the purpose of this training right now so that you can take it as that. We don't do sales calls. We do something that's called a brand message assessment, where we evaluate people's message and we give them strategic messaging insights on things that they can do to improve and increase their conversions and all of that. So on Wednesday, I actively promote that call. So that email is all about like, hey, you haven't booked your call yet. And I have all these tags going on. So those emails go out to people that actually have not booked those calls. Or I'm sending out stuff like, whatever it is, right? Like you haven't booked your call, or these are testimonials from people who booked the call before and what they're saying about the call. So I'm just very actively promoting the call. That's the only thing that happens on Wednesday's emails. On Thursday, I go more educational. So this is content that is like more focused on problems and symptoms that my audience is experiencing. What are some of the things that are going on? And it's more an educational email where I'm diving deeper around on why they're experiencing certain problems and what sort of things they can do to fix those problems, and like what's going on. And then essentially on Friday, what I do is share wins, either personal wins in my business, or this month we hit this amount of money, or this happened. I usually like sharing more client wins, like, oh my gosh, this is happening with my clients this week and I'm so excited about it. Or I send testimonials or screenshots from clients and things that they're sending me as well. So these are some of the typical things that I like sending out on Fridays. It's like building the story of success. And I literally just go through that process every week. Monday, the live content; Tuesday, audience insights; Wednesday, sales call emails; Thursday, educational; and Friday are wins. And essentially what I do is that every single one of those emails always has two call to actions. Number one, the call to action to book the call. Always, right? Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Every single day, I'm inviting people to book the call with us, period. Simple, straightforward. And number two, I'm sending them to the Vault page where there's all of these recording video or the recordings of the trainings that I do live on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, right? So I like sending people to those recordings because I feel like it's a great strategy to get people interested in more of like what I'm doing and showing them my expertise. And especially more than anything, it's answering some of the questions that they might specifically have, right? So I have this page, which I can, I have, again, like all of these videos, and it's crazy the amount of videos that I have and the amount of videos that I add. But if I have somebody that has a specific question, like, how do you create content, or how do you build a premium coaching brand, or how do you charge higher prices, or how do you overcome overwhelm, and like very specific questions that people might have, I can go ahead and or when they land on this page, they can find the video that answers their question, and then also kind of be like, oh, this was interesting, let me go watch another one. And before you know it, they're binge watching a lot of my content, which I obviously love doing. And I have the option there on that page for people to book the 15-minute brand message assessment as well. So it's a great way to essentially get people to consume my content. So those are my two call to actions in every single email. And usually I like to add the Vault link on the PS of the email, and then the regular link or the regular book a call button is on the straight up in the email, right? So those are literally the things that I do through my emails every single week, and I'm just going through my process. Now, this is almost the exact same content I'm sharing on social media as well. So it's very simple. I'm just repurposing my content and shifting the call to action, because on social media I'm not sharing the Vault page, or there's certain things that I'm not sharing, obviously. But essentially, it's the same content that I share on social media publicly that I'm also sharing on my email every single day. And then when I do have moments when I'm like, I just don't have creativity this week, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to write, I have no clue, I'm not sure, I will just repurpose old content. I will repurpose old emails. I will, especially the Wednesday emails, which are the sales call email. I tend to reuse the ones that really work. And I have a folder that has all of those emails written. I have everything very organized, and that's a whole other training for another day. But that's kind of how I organize myself and how I do email marketing every week. Did this make sense? What are some of your biggest takeaways? Please let me know in the comments below. Make sure that you're subscribed and you're following me everywhere as Fabi Paolini, and I can't